Let's take a ride, just you and I, somewhere we've never been. We'll get up and rise, loosen the ties, all we've been holding in. Right now I'm gone, but I'll be back again.
Morning, guys. So, a typical day in RV life always starts out great. You wake up in beautiful places, see nature outside the window when you wake up, hear the birds chirping, just thinking, man, it's great to be alive, great to live this kind of life. Then you think about it, it's like you forget how long you've been in one spot, and it's time for you to move. Then you got to get ready to pack up camp. Pack up the monster, pack in the awning, pack up all your stuff outside, and get ready to move the monster to a new place to call home for a week or two, however many weeks it's going to be. So let's get this stuff started and get it out of here. So, as a full-time RVer, this is always a terrible, awful thing to deal with. I don't necessarily guess it's a terrible thing, but it's just, if you have to move or you're leaving a place on Sunday when the weekenders are gone, there's always a line like this at the dump stations. And I've been sitting in line for about 45 minutes so far, and I've moved 2 feet. So keep that in mind. If you got a time schedule, you might want to start out real early. And we even waited for the line to die down before we came out. Like I said, that's not really a big problem. It's just kind of an inconvenience that you have to sit around and wait this long to dump your tanks. It's like a party at the toilet dump. Looks like we got an old school camper hiding over here in the weeds. Be kind of cool, all fixed up and two-toned out with some old, maybe a baby blue and white, some white walls. Have a painted up pretty truck to match. That'd be great. But nice little area here. This is our setup. Nice big trees. Hopefully we won't get a big bunch of storms. Knock those big trees down. That's the other thing you gotta kind of keep in mind when you're full-time RVing, is be aware of your surroundings, especially when you're backing in something this size. You always want to look for low-hanging branches, anything that might get snagged up on your air conditioner. And also, if you don't have toppers on your slides, like we don't have toppers, you got to get up there and sweep those off to make sure there's nothing that's going to get wedged in your slide. So that does also make that another process, and for us to break down camp and get ready to move. Miss Jill and Diesel. Diesel says, I'm at my new home for the week, 2 weeks. I've got my balls. He says, my toys are out. This is home now. This dog is so funny with things like that. He knows where his toys go. He says, I know my toys are in this bin here, and you need to open it up. He takes his nose and like kind of keeps poking up there and just kind of looking over his shoulder at you like, come on, get my stuff. Diesel, say hi. You want to say hi? Hey, talking to you. Mr. Dog.
Get that ball.
What? What's the matter? You gonna talk to me? Get a ball. Get a ball. No. Well, that didn't take entirely too long. Got over to the new site. Got the camper unhooked. Got it all done. Got ourselves a new place to call home for the next, I think we're going to be here a week. I believe that's how long we're going to be here, is a week. And then I'm not quite sure where we're heading after that, or what we're exactly doing. Hopefully we're going to be moving west, but it all really depends on, Jill's parents are coming into town, so we'll probably hang around here a little bit longer, wait for them to get here, visit with them, because they're on their way in from Tucson, and they've been caught in the storms coming this way. So that's kind of what we've been kind of doing, is kind of trying to wait that weather out to go west, because we don't want to get caught in all that crap. But that's a day in RV life. You know, you got to watch the weather reports unless you want to drive through soggy conditions and nasty weather and all that kind of stuff like that. That's just some of the typical things with RV life. So, you know, RV life is great, but sometimes you have issues like trying to wait out storms and get where you need to go, and, you know, make your travel plans for where you're going to be, what kind of weather is going to be like over there, and the direction you're heading. So these are factors you have to kind of keep in mind when you are thinking about going full-time. Is, you know, the weather's not always great. It's not always sunshine and nice. It's like we've had some flooding here in Ohio, and that's made it very interesting finding places to camp because of the rising water conditions here, because it has been raining nonstop. I mean, it is just ungodly how much rain we've been getting here in Ohio right now, and that's where we're currently at. But, you know, some of the other people across the country are getting it worse than we are here. I can only imagine how soggy and how nasty, and, you know, people's losing, you know, property, and, you know, campers and all kind of stuff like that, because, you know, creates mudslides. I mean, for crying out loud, we had a road wash out completely where it actually caused a sinkhole in Grove City, Ohio. And I grew up here in Ohio. Don't really remember too many things of that happening. Nothing. I mean, down south in Kentucky and places like that, that was like a normal thing as a child. You hear the roads washed out and they completely collapsed, and big sinkholes through it, and the whole road's completely gone. Just a nice creek through the road again. But so some of the things to keep in mind being full time. Now, one of the other things that you have to do, a lot of people don't think about, is life is like it is in a stick and brick. You still have to do laundry. You still have to do your routine of going to the grocery store, and that's where we're getting ready to go, grocery store. So camp's all set up, and now we are going to go to the store, get some groceries, need some num-nums, I get some steaks. Steaks always good. Steaks are very good. So, all right, well, I guess we're going to the store. All right, well, we have went to the grocery store. We've got home, got the stuff all put away. Now it's time to relax for the rest of the evening and get prepared for work tomorrow. Because, you know, like everybody knows, we are not retirement age. We still have to go to work. And today...
Well, we have to work.
Yeah.
Don't leave them.
Exactly. We didn't plan. But a lot of people today were asking at the dump station because they were seeing the signs on the rig here and on the truck, you know, and they're like, you guys are not retirement age. How are you guys full-timers? Well, you know, I think there's a lot of people who don't believe that people who are not retired are still living this lifestyle and enjoying it. As long as you have an income and you have money coming in, you can live this kind of life. It's you know, it can be stressful at times. It can be, you know, God almighty, why did I do this? But then you get the benefits that kind of just outweigh some of the problematic areas that happen when you're full-time RV, you know, and the inconvenience of moving and dumping your tanks and stuff like that. But some of the places just want a fortune for full hookups. I mean, there's one resort here that's close to us that we stay at. It's a nice park, and we don't mind being there, but the sites are gravel, and when all the rain we've had here, they're basically a big sinkhole. And they still want $375 a week for full hookups. I think that's a little high, personally, for full hookups. Now, granted, with a new rig, we can't go as long as we did with Boomer, you know, the Class A, because the tanks were a lot bigger in Boomer. So we could go almost 3 weeks on that. We get about a week and a half on our tanks here.
But we're still practicing.
We're still practicing with a new rig. But we're still doing dishes and other things and showers and stuff like that, too. So it's definitely learning the new rig. And, you know, we need to get ourselves a little bit more reeled on the water conservation in this one here, since the tanks aren't so much bigger. But back to people thinking that they can't, you know, full-time RV because they're younger. You know, I think more people should do this while they are younger, so they can actually enjoy, you know, their younger years, when you can get out and explore and do all the things you want to do and go all the places you want to go. Because, you know, at the end of the day, no company's really loyal to their employees anymore. None that I know of. You're just going through the motions, and any company you work for pretty much likes you when they have a need for you. But if something is going to, the next best thing is going to pop up, if they can replace your butt with a machine or replace yourself with a monkey, they're going to do it. So my thought in the matter is, as you're younger, go out and experience your life. Don't let yourself become old and, where you can't really get out and enjoy and see these things.
Yeah, this time in our lives, all of our lives, with the ways of being able to work on the road. I mean, if we could do this 20 years ago, I would have been out there, gone, done it. But,
this was unheard of 20 years ago.
It really is a luxury that we're able to, have these kind of jobs to where you can work on the road.
And if you look, there's all kind of jobs that will allow you to sustain this kind of lifestyle.
They're not, I don't find them as easy to find as some people. And maybe because I'm a little bit more picky of what kind of job I do. But if you're more open to your positions, like there's tons of customer service jobs you can do online. There are, I don't think it's as easy to find jobs as people want it to pretend to be. But if you have
an education skill set
and certain things, then yeah, it's super easy.
But if you just want like day labor jobs and stuff like that, those kind of jobs exist all over the country. You can find those kind of jobs by looking at the local classifieds in places you want to be. Now, sometimes it can be tricky because you're not a resident of that state.
And tax might
and
be
you
an issue.
It's good to find a company to work for that you can basically keep your taxes in one place, even though you might be wherever you want to go.
And there are some temp jobs that
can do that. Yes.
Have companies all over that you can start at one place and just transfer your information and still be considered out of that first whatever state.
Yeah, your residency state. Yeah. But when I said this was unheard of 20 years ago, I mean, yes, it wasn't really unheard of 20 years ago to do this, but you were more like a gypsy.
There were carnies.
Carnies. I do not agree with that. They were not all carnies, but there was people doing this. They were, I guess, maybe the pioneers of full-time RVing back in the day. These people have been doing this for a long time. This is not, like the new sliced bread or anything. I mean, but there's just more opportunity to get out and experience your life. Don't waste it, kind of deal. Is what we're really trying to say. There's a lot of opportunities out here.
If you want to do it, then do it. And like anything else in life, if there's a will, there's a way.
Exactly. But, our main thing with this whole video today was to show you that every day is not always an adventure day. It's not always a party. You have, yeah, it's always party for her. But, you have the normal things you would do. Actually, you have a little bit more things to do since you're not in a stick and brick, because you're technically moving your home. And so, yeah, you got to do that, prepare to move. You got to move things, put things away inside. Even if you're moving just a small distance, you still got to put stuff away. You got to pull the slides in. You can't just leave that stuff out and drive, which I'm sure there's probably been somebody who's tried it, and I wish somebody got it on camera, because I'm sure their slides fell out of their camper. Just like I said, not every day's RV adventure evermore. You're out just doing whatever the hell you want to do all the time. Real life happens. You still have to do your technical home duties, like if you're living in a stick and brick, you got to mow the lawn, you take out the trash, you got to edge the weeds and all that kind of stuff, dust. You still do all that thing in an RV except for the mowing the grass thing. But guys, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Come give us a like and come over and check us out, rollingwiththebones.com. Don't forget, we are over on Facebook and Instagram, and we will talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye.